For investing in ETFs, we need a demat account, and for that, we need to comply with KYC requirement. But do we need the same for index funds? Let's have some clarity over the subject from Mr. Pratik Oswal, Head of Passive Funds at Motilal Oswal AMC. In the last video, we did talk about the risk reward and the tax implications of index funds. In this video, we'll talk about costs and ease of transaction. Can you take us through the formalities that one needs to complete to invest in index funds?
Yes, sure. Index funds are actually very similar to buying regular mutual funds. The format is exactly the same, and the reason why index funds are very simple is because all you have to do is go to any platform or any AMC and buy it just like you're buying a regular mutual fund. So you can set up an SIP if you want an index fund. You don't need to have a demat account to buy an index fund. And I think it's also great because you get daily liquidity on an index fund. So I think if you wanted to buy 1 crore versus 10 crores, you can easily buy through the AMC.
So cost of transaction is another issue.
Yes.
Do you think that this product, index funds, have edge over other mutual fund products, at least when it comes to expense ratio?
Yes, so I think one of the big advantages of buying index funds is actually costs. So people who have been investing in index funds for a very long time period say that the biggest benefit is actually not returns, it's actually cost. Because if you think about it, saving that 1% or 1.5% every year might not amount to a huge amount, say 1 or 2 years time. But if you add that over say 20 or 30 years, you're basically doubling your investment just because you're saving cost. So I think cost is extremely important, and I think most investors who have been able to manage or create wealth over a very long time, they focused on two things. One is discipline and the other one is costs. And the second point is tax. I think the reason why also index funds are preferred for long-term investments is because an average index fund churning is, I would say, 60 or 70% less than other mutual funds. So you're saving on transaction costs, or saving on tax, and if you add that, I think the returns are pretty.
So besides lower cost, what are the other big advantages of index funds?
So I think cost is one of the many advantages of buying index funds. One other, I think if you look, I have 10 things to say, but let me focus on the top ones. One is obviously cost. The other one I spoke about is risk. Index fund risk is actually quite consistent, and I think when you're buying index funds, you're actually buying a category. So for example, today when you're buying a mid-cap fund, you're getting majority of mid-cap fund, but you're also getting a little bit of large cap, a little bit of small cap. So I think the risk is consistent. You're buying the asset class. Second is also, I think you don't have any long-term risk of something happening to the fund. Say tomorrow, for example, I gave an example of the last 45 years in the US. 2/3 of all funds have actually shut down or merged. And only 1 or 2 of have outperformed the index. So I think over a very long time periods, for someone who's relatively young, who's looking to participate in equity markets, it makes more sense for him to allocate to index funds.
So what about redemption process? Investors prefer liquid investments.
Yes.
So is this process tedious, time consuming?
No, not at all. I think it's all, almost all index funds have daily liquidity. So if you want, you can buy it today and the funds will be back in your account in 1 or 2 days time. So I think redemption is super simple. I think there are no issues when it comes to redeeming your mutual funds, when it comes to index funds.
Thanks for the insightful answers.
Great. Thank you so much.